Hey there, welcome back. It's time once again for the Golden Age of DC Comic Books 365 Days, where I take this awesome coffee table book given to me almost 2 decades ago by one of my best friends, and it's been surfing my coffee table ever since. And it's much loved, it's well read, and always been a good excuse to have conversations about comic books. One of my favorite things of all times. And it's also a good window into history as well. We're going to open the page to today, and today is March 21st. And we're going to look at the panel, and then we're going to read the blurb, and then we're going to talk about comic books for a few minutes. We're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So if you're tuning in because you love comic books, chances are that you missed the comic book conversations we used to have in the comic book stores. And all things being what they are, so here's an excuse and a chance to talk about comic books once a day, just for a few minutes. And I think that's awesome. And that's the kind of content I want to enjoy. So that's the content that I'm making. So let's get to it. It's March the 21st. Happy spring has sprung. I'm looking forward to the weather getting nicer. And here's our page. Just to want to model the book again. This is the Golden Age of DC Comics, 365 Days. It's a hardcover book. It's made by Abrahams Press, 2004. Let's see. It's written by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and Geoff Spear. There's a link in the description if you want your own copy. And and this is all made and produced to encourage conversation and to be enjoying this book for what it's worth. A page a day, and just to let's appreciate comics, and let's learn something about history, and let's talk about culture, and let's also confront the past. And there's a lot going on, and so I find this book to be very inspirational, and a really good reason to get together once a day on YouTube and talk funny books. I love it. So this is from the cover of All Flash number 14, spring of 1944, art by E.E. Hibbard. I can tell right away that, and can you tell right away? Are you a very young person and can't tell the art? Guess who's here? Well, this is the Three Stooges, but also the guy in the middle looks like Charlie Chaplin a bit. The guy to his right, with the blonde hair, has a Jimmy Durante style nose. Jimmy Durante was a comedian and entertainer of that time, and was known for his very big nose. He had this call, the sign of cha cha cha, with this cigar in his nose, and he was. Jimmy Durante. And then the big guy is like Curly of the Three Stooges, but with Larry's hair. So in this issue, a story written and edited exclusively by Winky, Blinky, and Naughty. Naughty. Oh, that's a word pun. Whoo! Are they crazy? Wow, Naughty. Hey, Naughty. I get it. You got to read it aloud and you catch the joke, huh? Okay, so it's March the 21st. Let's read the blurb. Comedy sidekicks were all the rage in the 1940s, but the creators of The Flash decided to outnumber the competition by giving their hero an entire trio of stumblebums to make his charmed life a little tougher. They were called Winky, Blinky, and Naughty, in an obvious tribute to Eugene Field's lullaby-like poem, Winkin' and Blinkin' and Nod. And they also owed quite a bit to Columbia film stars, the Three Stooges. Collectively called the Dimwits, the guys fill in for writer Gardner Fox and editor Sheldon Mayer in this story, published at the peak of their popularity. Introduced in 1942, the trio lasted until 1947, while the original Golden Age Flash kept going until 1951. And yeah, that's about it. It looks like they're running from some kind of monster, and then we can see the Flash's boot right here where my finger's tapping. That's someone's boot, and then there's some lines around there. So that's either denoting the motion of the monster or the Flash is running up behind the monster to save our Estoy tres aquí. Haha. But yeah, so that's what we have for today for this coffee table book. We got some coffee table talk. Got some coffee for that coffee table idea. Ooh, that's a good cup of coffee. And yeah, it's going to be a short one today because unless you want to talk about the Three Stooges for a second. The Three Stooges in the 21st century. I mean, is there a place for that kind of humor and archetype? Sure. Yeah, because it's pratfall. The only people they harm are themselves, well, and each other too. So it's the weird, jokes are weird. There's somebody usually always gets it in the punchline. It's about the coping with calamity in a way on some level. I'm not trying. I've read a couple of books on humor and the college lecture stuff, and there's a notion about laughter. The notion is this: that laughter came from the tribe, and that collectively you have tension rising, and it's an emotional state, and it's a real thing, and how to expel that energy besides acting on that tension in violence, or to dispel that tension with laughter, and laughter being the universal all clear, and it's because it's cathartic, and now you've done something with these emotions, and you've done something with the energy behind that tension. And I find that to be a very simple, elegant notion that I hold. And so laughter is is a diffusing of energy and a diffusing of tension. And so there's often some kind of cope in a joke. Somebody always gets it. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get the other side. Who's the joke on? You. And then it goes from there. Think of any structured joke, and the payoff has some kind of if then, some kind of conditionality to it, and then that's just how I see funny. That's how capital F funny. I mean, yeah, that's all I got for today, I guess. With my X-ray vision, squint at each other. But yeah, like and subscribe, and we'll be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about tomorrow when we get there and turn the page. If you could, just hit the like button and subscribe. I also make spiritual content, and I make a lot of cooking videos too. I'm a professional chef, so check out my playlist. It's called What's Cooking. And hopefully you're going to make nutritious, delicious, and beautiful food for your loved ones at your table. It is possible. So thank you so much for tuning into to my comic books talk. And tune in tomorrow, same time. Good luck. Namaste.